claim to have a grasp on, but so many people don't. I'm going to share with you a couple things that have worked for me, especially as my schedule has gotten completely out of control, and a couple of books that I've recently read that I think would really help too. First of all, there was a wonderful little analogy done, and many of you may have heard of it. It's called the Big Rock analogy, and it's basically a professor went in front of his class one day, and he took a big jar, and he had a bunch of rocks, and he put the big rocks in the jar, big kind of baseball-sized rocks, and he put them in the jar, and he filled it all the way up with the big baseball-sized rocks. He asked the class, "Is this jar full?" Of course, the class said, "Yes, it's full," because it was full of the big rocks. And then so he got some smaller rocks, kind of maybe pea-sized rocks, and he poured that in, and of course between all the big rocks filled in with the pea-sized rocks. And then he asked the class, "Is it full now?" Well, of course, now the class was starting to get a little wise to what the professor was doing, and they said, "No, I think you still fit some stuff in there." So he said, "You're right," and he took some sand, and the sand he poured in, and of course the sand went in and filled in all the little spots between the big rocks and the pea-sized rocks. And he asked the class, "Is it full now?" Some of the class members said, "Well, I don't think you fit anything else in there." Some of them, were still thinking that there was more to the story. And so then the professor gets water, and he pours the water into the glass, and of course the water fills in all the other crevices, and now the glass was full. And the whole example was an effort to explain time management. And there's a lot of things going on, but the big rocks go in first. And I think that's what's most important. What I've learned throughout my 12 years of business is what's most important needs to be prioritized. And the big rocks are like your family. The big rocks are your faith. The big rocks are your health. The big rocks are your business, okay? And they have to be the priority in your life. You have to make time for them, and you have to schedule that and time block for these things that are most important. And so I'm going to go over a schedule that has helped me over the years and tell you a little bit about it. I like to use the 10X planner. This is a planner made by Grant Cardone, and I've used it for about the past 3 years, and I really like it, and I'll tell you why. It's a normal planner from start to finish on the the left-hand side. Starts off around 6 a.m., goes all the way to about 10:30, 11 p.m. The left-hand side is what I like the most about it, is because it has a spot for you to write your goals once in the morning, once in the evening. It has a quote of the day by somebody that inspires you. Has targets, which are essentially short-term goals that you want to accomplish today or in the short term. Then it has successes, areas where you've succeeded, areas where you've accomplished things, areas that you feel good about. And I love this planner, but what's essential about this is I'm always scheduling family, always trying to schedule some exercise, some healthy eating habits. I'm trying to schedule church, men's group, things like that first, okay? So when I'm filling this out, dinner with the family, I'm filling out workout this morning at 5:30 a.m., I'm filling out lunch at 12, eat healthy, okay? No processed foods, no heavy carbs. And so when I'm filling this out, those big rocks go in first, and then I fill it in with all the small rocks. Have meetings, follow up on email, make phone calls, and of course, making phone call, that's probably a mid-size rock because it's essential to our business, okay? Checking social media, doing a video, all sorts of things get filled in, okay? So the big rocks go in first, and then all the white space gets filled up with the small rocks and the smaller rocks, okay? And I try to get to everything, obviously. I try to get to everything. But what takes priority is those big rocks, having dinner with my family, getting that workout in, eating healthy at lunchtime, going to that men's group or that Bible study. And then on this side, when I write my goals twice a day, it gives me clarity throughout my day of why I'm doing this in the first place. You know, I have my goals twice because I want to think about that on a daily basis. One of the main points of the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, one of the main exercises is to write your goals down twice daily. Okay, once in the morning, once in the evening, to recite them daily. And so this helps me accomplish that task. And by writing my goals daily, I have clarity, I have focus, and it helps inspire me to accomplish everything it is that I want to accomplish. I really enjoy this quote of the day because that gives me a minute to look at somebody I have a lot of respect for, whether it's a Bible verse, whether it's a Darren Hardy quote, whether it's a Zig Ziglar quote, or a Grant Cardone quote. I put it in there and it helps inspire me for the day. Short-term goals, what do I got to get done today? What do I got to get done today? What do I got to focus on today? What is my big rocks? And those are my targets right here. Success is, where have I succeeded? Where have I made progress? The kids started school today. That's a big progress thing for me. I got a workout in this morning. That's another success. So things like that can go here in your success portion of that. So I'd highly recommend this journal. It takes you about 10 to maybe 15 minutes every morning to fill out, but it makes my whole day go better every time I get to it. And if I'm being honest, there'll be some days where, you know what, my day gets the best of me, and I kind of got in late, maybe I stayed up too late the night before, and I wasn't able to attack my day with clarity. I wasn't able to get everything filled out the way I wanted it to. But that's okay, because that's life. You know, what do? You just come back and you get at it the next day. And you get at it the next day, and then sometimes you fall short again, but you just get at it the next day and get at it the next day. And that's what I've learned about it, is time management is not some secret, success, tactic that only the super wealthy know. I mean, they have the same amount of hours in each day. Mark Cuban has the same amount of minutes, hours every day that Miguel and I have. It's just they manage their time better. They have more clarity within their schedule, and something like this helps me accomplish that. This is a great book that I just completed. It's called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Essentially, what it talks about in the book is accomplishing, when it says eat that frog, is what a lot of people in business especially is they leave what's most important for last, and they procrastinate to, in real estate would be picking up the phone and making the phone calls, or in other industries it's communicating with clients, or it's whatever it is that's most undesirable about your day. People usually put it off, and many times it never gets done. So Eat That Frog is about getting it done quickly. And so for me, I have a goal to make 60 calls a day. Well, this morning I knocked out about 30 of them before 10 a.m. And so I ate that frog this morning, and I'll be eating it again between 4 and 6 this afternoon, and making another 30 to 40 calls. Because making phone calls, people don't like to do it, especially in real estate, because you end up experiencing rejection. People hang up on you, people curse you out at times. But for the most part, these people need to hear from us, and prospecting is the most valuable thing you can do with your time. And so the best hours to do it are between 8 and 10. Eat the frog early, and of course between 4 and 6 I'll eat the frog again. So read this book. I think you'll really enjoy it. It helps you to stop procrastinating. It gives you a bunch of tips, strategies, and tactics to manage your day more effectively. Okay? Another book that I just recently picked up from the Tom Ferry Convention, about 3/4 of the way through it right now, Mindset, Model, and Marketing. Excellent read. And of course, Tom has donated all the funds, all the proceeds from this book to the Breast Cancer Association. And just a wonderful little quick read, short read. It's a big font in here, so you get through it pretty quickly. And I think you'll love this one. Some great time management strategies in here as well. Okay? And so that's all I have for you today. I hope that helped. Remember, if you write it down, you will have success. I can't tell you that enough. It doesn't matter what book I read or what speaker I've heard from. That's one thing that almost all of them shares. If you want to get better at something, track it. If you want to have clarity in an area of your life, write it down. So, if you want to lose weight, start writing down what you're eating. If you want to make more phone calls. Start writing down the number of calls that you make. If you want to have more discipline with your finances, start writing everything, every penny that you spend, write it down. Okay? This is a great tool to do that, but you can do it with any notepad, any piece of paper whatsoever. And so I hope you guys enjoy that, and good luck out there. And of course, I'm always here for you guys. If anybody wants to reach out to me, shoot me a text, make a comment, or send me an email, and I'd be happy to talk to you. So have a great day, and y'all take care. Bye.